In 1260, the world stood on the edge of destruction. The Mongols had crushed Baghdad, burned cities across Persia and Syria, and marched with a reputation of absolute terror. No army had stopped them. No king had survived their wrath. Their next target was Egypt, the last major Muslim power still standing. But Egypt was ruled by warriors unlike any other. The Mamluks, former slaves trained from childhood to fight, survive, and lead. In the valley of Ain Jalut, these two unstoppable forces would collide, and the fate of the entire Middle East would hang in the balance. Part 1. The Mongols arrive. When Baghdad fell in 1258, the Islamic world felt a shock it had never imagined. The Mongols destroyed the great libraries, massacred scholars, and brought an empire to its knees. One city after another collapsed under their horses. Their speed was unmatched, their discipline terrifying, and their cruelty legendary. By 1260, Hulagu Khan's armies controlled Persia, Iraq, and Syria. Only one land remained beyond their reach: Egypt. Kitbuqa, one of Hulagu's fiercest generals, marched forward with confidence. He believed Egypt would fall like every other kingdom. But Egypt was not ruled by ordinary men. The Mamluks were warriors, forged in hardship, taken as slaves, trained under harsh discipline, raised only to fight. They had become the elite defenders of Cairo. Their Sultan, Qutuz, knew exactly what was at stake. If Egypt fell, Mecca and Medina would be next. So Qutuz rejected the Mongol demands. He executed their envoys, a move no other ruler had dared since Genghis Khan. It was a message to the world: the Mamluks will not bow. And with that single act, the road to Ain Jalut began. Part 2. The road to Ain Jalut. After rejecting the Mongol ultimatum, Qutuz faced another challenge: uniting Egypt's divided emirs. Many commanders feared the Mongols more than they feared death. Some wanted to negotiate. Others preferred staying behind Cairo's walls. But Qutuz stood firm. In a gathering of the emirs, he declared, "Whoever wants safety, stay home. Whoever wants honor, ride with me." Baybars, the brilliant Mamluk general, stepped forward first. His knowledge of Syria's terrain would become the key to victory. Slowly, the rest of the emirs joined the march. The journey north was harsh. Supplies ran low. Heat and exhaustion tested the soldiers. Meanwhile, Kitbuqa was advancing fast, eager to crush the rebels. But Baybars had already chosen the battlefield. Ain Jalut, a valley with narrow passes perfect for a trap. Reaching the valley first, the Mamluks positioned their troops carefully. Baybars placed a smaller force at the front, instructing them to draw the Mongols inside. The bulk of the army hid behind hills and groves, waiting for the signal. It was a dangerous plan. If the Mongols discovered the ambush, the Mamluks would be wiped out. But it was the only way to break the undefeated empire. Part 3. The battle begins. At sunrise on September 3, 1260, the Mongol army charged with their usual fury. Arrows filled the air, striking the Mamluk front lines. Kitbuqa believed he was moments away from another easy victory. He ordered a full assault, shouting for his troops to push harder. Baybars' front line fought briefly, then began a controlled retreat, pretending to collapse. This was the heart of the plan. Kitbuqa, hungry for a quick win, fell for it. He pushed his men deeper into the valley, unaware that Mamluk forces surrounded him on all sides. Then Baybars gave the signal. From behind the hills, thousands of hidden Mamluk cavalry erupted forward, slamming into the Mongol flanks. Trapped in the valley's narrow center, the Mongols struggled to regroup. Their famous mobility meant nothing in such tight ground. Despite being surrounded, Kitbuqa refused to retreat. He fought fiercely, trying to break through the Mamluk lines. For a moment, the battle hung in balance. Seeing this, Sultan Qutuz removed his helmet, raised his sword, and charged into the battlefield shouting. His cry ignited the Mamluks. Their final push shattered the Mongol center. Kitbuqa was captured and killed. Part 4. Aftermath and Legacy. By midday, the Mongol army was in full retreat. The battlefield of Ain Jalut had witnessed something extraordinary. The first major defeat of the Mongols in open combat. For decades, they had crushed every army in their path. But here, in a narrow valley of Palestine, the Mamluks proved they were not invincible. News of the defeat shook the Mongol world. Hulagu Khan, unable to return due to internal conflicts, was stunned. From that moment, the Mongols would never again advance deep into the Middle East. Egypt, Mecca, and Medina were safe. The Muslim world celebrated. Qutuz and Baybars became heroes, symbols of courage against impossible odds. But their story took a tragic turn. On the journey back to Cairo, Qutuz was assassinated by rival emirs, a political betrayal that remains debated. Baybars became the new sultan and strengthened the Mamluk Sultanate for decades. The legacy of Ain Jalut is immense. It marked the turning point where the Mongol advance was permanently stopped. It preserved Islamic civilization at its darkest hour and changed the direction of world history. Ain Jalut proved that even the strongest empire can be defeated when courage and strategy stand together.